Welcome everyone, this is Andres Restart. I am joined by Brandon from What About Nintendo, and tonight, we will be discussing, was that a word? We will be discussing Nintendo news. And that involves many things, such as Nintendo Switch sales updates, Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm going to be asking Brandon questions about that because he has the game, I do not. I am poor, but he is fortunate. He has played the game, and I'm going to ask him many questions about it because apparently it's really good, even though there's been some negative... I'll talk about Luigi's Mansion 3 a little bit later. All right, other topics. We're going to get into that supposedly fake Smash Mii Costume leak. We'll be discussing that a little bit, and then we'll be getting into our predictions for, not tomorrow, but November 6th, 5 a.m. Pacific time, the Terry Bogard Super Smash Bros. Ultimate presentation. A 45-minute presentation for one single character. There's going to be some stuff there, and we're going to talk about that. Yeah. I don't know what, I haven't even thought about it yet, because the news just came out right before the podcast. I had to change the thumbnail, the title, the topics, whatever. Anyway, Toby Fox also announced last week that he has a song in Pokémon Sword and Shield. We're going to talk about that for a little bit as well. And then we're going to be talking about 3DS games possibly coming to the Nintendo Switch, perhaps even a Fire Emblem remake of some sorts, potentially. And a multitude of other things, I'm sure. And you guys in the chat will help guide us through because we reference you guys throughout the discussion. And yeah, but before I say hello to them, Brandon, how about you say something?
Yeah, hello. I'm doing real good lately. I guess to talk about, channel stuff. I haven't been doing anything lately, but if you guys don't know, the channel's kind of in the back burner right now, but I'll be coming back to it eventually. I'm just figuring out job and college stuff. It's very busy right now, so I decided to take a break. In fact, I was looking at college stuff today because the opening for the courses I want to take, the registration was today. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about taking?
I'm thinking about taking computer science and game design courses. So programming, things about, level design, 3D modeling, all kinds of good stuff. I don't even know exactly what it entails because there's just a lot of complicated stuff, but, game design stuff. So that's what I've always wanted to do since I was a wee little lad. Even like back in elementary school during recess, my friends, we'd all come together and make up game ideas and stuff. So that's been my lifelong dream. So I'm gonna go to college and learn some skills to do that. So, and I do plan on making like a second vlog channel documenting all kinds of my progress and stuff. So look forward to that.
I have a question for you. You know how I've been using my same intro for probably getting close to 2 years now. Right, it's just basically the Ocarina of Time final fight thing with some Smash characters or just funsy characters on the side. I've been wanting to. I have like an HD Citra version of that scene in Ocarina of Time, and I can play through that to get like a better. I wanted to get like a better that scene, but like better, right?
Right.
I didn't get quite the right angle last time I played through and recorded footage of that, so I might try it again to see if I can get a better angle of that so I can like recreate that scene and have a better looking intro. But what if, Brandon, you just got really good at coding and modeling and you just recreate that scene like with Unreal, but with everything just looks and feels right? What if you did that for me?
I could.
I'll pay you 50 pennies.
50 pennies, man.
50
that's a
pennies.
Steal.
It's a steal.
That's a good
more
deal
than you
for
pays.
both of us.
Yeah, it pays more than that's like a lot of views for 50 cents.
Yeah.
So let me know if you get to that level before I decide. Mm-hmm. You know what's gonna happen? I think eventually I'll probably decide to go with the HD Citra intro, right? To where it looks a little bit better. But eventually I'm gonna want to upgrade it again, and by that point you'll be ready.
Mm-hmm. By that point, yes, I'll have mastered the skills to do that.
Yeah, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe so. I look forward to it, Brandon. But yeah, so the Smash presentation is gonna be longer than this podcast. Not actually, but
no.
But let's see what's going on in the chat, and then let's jump into the topics. So, I hit something. We're okay. No, it's broken. We're done.
Everything's destroyed. It's all ruined.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that light thing. It's bothering me now, but I can't find the light switch. like lower the intensity. It's like somewhere back there, and I can't find it. But yeah, if my face looks like it's burning in the sun, Brandon did warn me. Anyway,
Right.
so
You can buy like a diffuser to put over it, because my light's probably brighter than yours, and it doesn't do that.
right. And the thing is, I thought I needed more light. But whatever. Mastermind, hello there. You're saying you're praying for Garo Taro to be his alt. That'd be interesting. Cake Man seems to agree that would be a sick alt. Grief and Golem, hello there. Vilbeard, what is up? Caleb 5 Stars Entertainment, hello there. It seems, yes, Caleb 5 Stars, that the Mii leak was confirmed fake. I haven't seen conclusive information myself, but supposedly people have come out and said that they were the ones responsible for it. The real reason I don't say it's like 100% confirmed is I don't have proof that they were the ones who made it. I haven't seen that. It's probably there. I just personally haven't seen it. But we both think it's fake, right, Brandon? You think it's fake?
I from what I've seen, I mean, they came out and said it was fake, so I don't know.
That sounds pretty fake.
I haven't looked into it enough to, like,
right.
you know.
It's just because we haven't seen the hard, like, you know, 100% Supreme Court ruling proof that it's fake.
Right.
But it's probably fake. But we'll talk about it because it's interesting to say the least. So, but we'll also be talking more about Smash because the Terry Bogard presentation is tomorrow, so don't worry. Computer Robots, hello there. Terry Sivertson, you were the one who let me know about the Terry Bogard presentation on your Discord. On Discord, you may have. Brandon let me know through Twitter, and there's a lot to. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. It's gonna happen. Brandon the Stallion, yeah. It's gonna be 45 minutes long. That is, it's pretty long for just one character a single character presentation. The Banjo one was pretty long. That was like 30-ish, right? Like 30-ish minutes. I don't remember exactly.
It's like 20 to 30.
I mean, I feel like a quick YouTube search could probably.
Heroes wasn't that long. It was like 15 to 20 for Heroes.
Yeah, they just keep going. Every presentation is like a little bit longer.
Keep getting longer.
Yeah.
And there's no more. Banjo's wasn't even really any more.
The Banjo Smash presentation was 25 minutes long.
Okay. Dang, it's gonna be 20 minutes longer than that. That already felt pretty long.
Hero Smash presentation was 21 minutes long, apparently.
Okay.
And I'm just
over what I thought.
Joker Smash presentation was 15. So 15 to 21 to 25. Then
45.
45. So what's the fifth one gonna be? An hour?
It's gonna be 2 hours.
And then every character comes out.
Sakurai's gonna have his own podcast.
And then when Gino comes out, it's gonna be a whole movie.
Yep.
Yeah. That's when they're gonna announce the Smash Bros. Movie.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what's gonna happen. Exactly.
It's gonna be a 3-hour long movie too. It's gonna be like the extended editions of Lord of the Rings length.
Cake Man is saying the song will be Dynamax Mania. I guess he's referring to the Toby Fox song that he's making for Sword and Shield. I don't know if I can legally put the song up on the channel, so I'm gonna not.
Sure.
But if you look up Toby Fox Pokemon
than
Sword and Shield music, I think it'll come up for you. It's pretty freaking awesome. Sav64, hello there. Super Chris, what's up? Griffin Golem said, the only thing in Smash History to be close in length was a Smash Ultimate Direct in November at 40 minutes. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts? A single character presentation is be longer than the entire final Smash Direct. Ridiculous.
Pretty ridiculous. Yeah.
Caleb 5 Stars Entertainment, what time is the presentation for East Coast? So for people that live on the East Coast, like New York, Florida, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, me, it will be 8 a.m. Eastern Time, November 6th. So it's 5 a.m. Pacific Time, November 6th. So Brandon, for you, that means it's
7.
7. You're gonna get up. You're gonna have to get up at 7 or before 7 to get ready.
I have to get up at like 6.
On Wednesday, yeah. I'm probably going to get up around 6 anyway as well, because I have to get ready for work, and then I have to get ready for the stream, and then I have to go to work after that. I have to leave my house like at 9:30. Yeah. So, that's going to be happening. Little Squirt, bro, they got to make a samurai podcast. A samurai podcast. That's interesting. Yeah, Terry added me. The presentation is on Wednesday, not tomorrow. it's tomorrow for Japan or something. I don't know. Time zones. But yeah, really early Wednesday, right? So like a day and a half from now. Let me see here. Brandstown Academy, do you think because of how long this presentation is, they'll reveal a bunch of new modes coming to the game? Like, for example, could they reveal the return of Break the Targets? Possibly something. Yeah, we're going to save a little bit of discussion for when we get to the actual topic, but given that it's 45 minutes long, I gotta think it's a little bit more than just one character.
They gotta be
discussed.
showing something.
Something. Cakeman, didn't Sakura say there were not going to be any more modes? Kinda.
It's not exactly what he said.
Yeah, it's not exactly what he said. He kind of left room for. He said something along the lines of, "This is pretty much the last mode." Pretty much. Pretty much doesn't mean this is the last mode. It means it's almost the last mode. So that could be in this presentation.
He made it in the most confusing wording possible because he's Sakurai. So.
Yeah, hard to say for sure. Yeah. So we're gonna talk more about this in a bit, guys, and feel free to continue to ask us questions. But we are gonna go through the topics. So, I guess just to kind of update, right? So first topic: Switch sales. Now, with Switch sales, basically, we recently got an update as of September 30th. The Nintendo Switch has sold about a little over 41 million units in total. And the goal is to sell they need to sell 11 more million Switches this fiscal year, so by March, to hit their goal of 18 for the fiscal year. But it looks like the Switch Lite did boost sales a fair bit. Switch Lite came out in September, so it wasn't even out for 2 weeks, right? Came out September 20th, September 21st or something.
Yeah,
along with Link's Awakening, which we've seen the Link's Awakening has sold very well. But that was just basically 9 days, right? 9 or 10 days to help increase the Switch sales. They still have to, sell a lot more with October, November, December, January. You got half a year, really. You have almost half a year to get 11 million, and the holiday season is going to be the biggest time of the year. So Pokemon's going to come out, Animal Crossing is going to come out, and the Switch Lite will have been out for more than 9 days. So all of that is going to greatly contribute to, along with the holiday season, to incredible Switch sales. So I think they're going to be able to hit it. What do you think?
I think they will be able to hit it, honestly. Pokemon and Animal Crossing are going to be... They're two huge sellers. And I think with the Switch Lite, they're going to bring a lot of the 3DS owners over to the system.
Right. And I'm not going to discuss any specific details for the leaks for Pokemon Sword and Shield. Right? But I will say that from everything I've seen, which is a lot, if you want to check that out, the little stream I did yesterday covers most of the leaks. Some more came out today, but a lot, which I talked about yesterday. There's a lot, and it's pretty good. So that's all I'm gonna say. Okay. So I guess the one thing I'm just gonna say is that if you're concerned about Pokemon Sword and Shield not having really cool Pokemon, you can rest easy. There's really cool Pokemon in the game. That's all I'm going to say in reference to the leaks relating to Pokemon. But we're going to talk a little bit more about Pokemon later in discussion with the whole Toby Fox topic. But my point is, the reason why I brought that up is because Pokemon Sword and Shield is not going to flop. In case you're worried about the games being bad, they're going to at least be on par with a good Pokemon game, which is pretty much going to sell 15 million copies at least.
Yeah.
Right, between both versions. These games are going to do really well. So that's not a real concern here. They're going to help to boost Switch sales for sure. So and Animal Crossing fans are rabid for that. So that's going to give the Switch one more little push right before the fiscal year ends when it comes out March 20th.
Especially if they have a special edition Switch Lite, which you and me both think
it's got to happen. Yeah, I mean, then also on that note, there's a special Pokemon Switch Lite coming out as well. So I think it's going to happen. I'm not really concerned about it. What excites me, though, is that the Switch is I think it's going to break... I'm thinking it's going to break through it, maybe handily, right? A few extra million beyond the goal. And what's going to happen is that...
50 million,
right, we're going to go into 2020 with the hope of seeing Breath of the Wild 2. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is already confirmed. You know, at least I have been speculating maybe Mario Odyssey 2 as well. Like these other big games and the often speculated Switch Pro. So you have all this momentum with all these Switches selling out, the Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Switch Lite, then maybe Zelda and Mario and Xenoblade and the Switch Pro going in to compete against the next generation. I think, like, basically the hype train is not dying out for the Switch anytime soon. Like, we're going like this. Like, it's just going to continue to go. So there's probably going to be minimal like breaks, especially because more Smash DLC is also coming as well. That's not going to stop next year. That's still going to be a big topic. We're still going to be talking about that because they're going to continue to work on it. So there's a lot. Things are looking very promising, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, I just, when I saw that number, 41 million, and then I realized by, March 2020 will almost certainly be well over 50 million units. I was just like, wow. I didn't realize just how many Switches were already out there and like how quick it's selling. It's ridiculous.
Right, and I think and maybe next year we could even see a price drop for the regular Switch like by holiday time. Because
it's possible.
I'm only thinking it from the perspective that the third year for a console is like that year where the sales really spike, right? Like if we want to see the Switch like really get close to like the 100 million mark, it's going to need to have a really serious spike in the third year. But historically, that's what's happened. So the Switch is not like far behind in terms of pace, right? It's not like really that far behind. It's just we haven't, it's got the
From what
spike's
I've
got to
seen,
happen.
it's pretty much right on par with PS4, the Wii, PS2.
Right, I think I've heard it's. I mean, obviously it changes month by month, but several times I've heard over the months, right, or last couple years,
it goes up and above it.
There have been moments where it's outpaced the PS4.
Yeah.
Right, and the PS4.
It's competitive.
Well, the PS4 recently we heard that it's like the second or third best-selling console of all time or something.
Yeah,
right?
it reached over 100 million. It passed the Wii, I think.
And the PS1, I think. I could remember correctly.
I believe it passed the PS1.
Yeah.
I believe it's just underneath
PS2 and DS.
Yeah.
Because DS has sold 154 million or something like that.
Yeah, ridiculous amount.
Yeah. So it's pretty nuts.
I believe the PS2's at 130 million. I don't remember exactly.
I could do a quick Google search.
It might be higher than that actually.
Yeah, it might be.
Might be higher than I think.
Oh man, we got some people we got a lot of people watching. It's 25. That's a decent amount. The Smash hype. The Smash hype is real, my friends. I just want to do a quick Google search though. Yeah, console sales lifetime.
The PS2 might have been in the 150 range. I don't remember.
List of best-selling video game consoles. That's what I wanted to see. So, actually, the PlayStation 2 is the best-selling console according to Wikipedia. PlayStation 2 is at 155 million. Nintendo DS is 154.02. But then if you combine Game Boy and Game Boy Color, it's at 118.69. And then PS4 is at 102.8. While PS1 is at 102.49. And then Wii is at 101.63. Interesting.
I wonder if anything will ever beat the PS2.
Well, I mean, the DS was right behind it.
Right.
So, it's within a million.
I'm more thinking home consoles, though.
Right. Well, the Switch is mobile.
Switch is a hybrid. Switch is a weird beast.
The Switch is going to have to do something real special to get there. I don't think it's impossible, but it's got a long ways before it could be considered the best-selling video game console of all time. I will say, in terms of software, it might be already the best video game system of all time, because it just has everything, and a lot of new. If you want to just talk about new games, games that are coming out for the first time on the Nintendo Switch, or it's the same day as other competitors, and those being the best lineups ever, that's more of a debate. But if you want to just talk about total all-encompassing library of great games, the Switch, I don't think there's really an argument. It has almost everything.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
It's very ridiculous. So, it's gonna be interesting to see how things turn out. October, I'm sure the Switch has done really well, right? We've heard great things. I've heard Luigi's Mansion 3 is actually selling well.
From what I heard, it had the best launch week of any Switch game this year.
And they said something similar about Link's Awakening when it came out, right? So it just kind of seems like with every new major Nintendo Switch game, it breaks records, right? And I think part of that is one, because more and more people are getting Switches, right? That the amount of people who have a Switch, who have the ability to buy a game, there's more available with each coming major Nintendo game, right? So for Pokemon Sword and Shield, are you going to be shocked if it turns out to be the best-selling Nintendo game published game of all time? At least, like, in terms of, like, no?
Right. The fastest?
Right, the fastest,
No,
I should
I
say.
would not.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah. Especially because there's no Nintendo game slated for December either. So it's not like there's anyone who's going to save up for, like, another major Nintendo game in December. Like, Pokemon Sword and Shield is going to be the big Nintendo game for the holidays, right? Obviously, there's Luigi's Mansion 3. And what's interesting, though, let's just jump into the Luigi's Mansion topic. This is pretty much as good of a segue as we're going to get.
Okay.
And we'll jump into the questions in a minute. Actually, I accidentally put up the avatar for Nerdy Cabana. Shoutouts to Nerdy Cabana. I don't know if you're watching, but what's up, bro? He might come next week, right? For the 100th podcast, by the way.
Yeah.
Ray. So we'll see. A couple other people might come. We'll see what happens. But so have you seen like some reviews for Luigi's Mansion 3?
Honestly, these days I don't even really watch reviews. I just kind of like experience the game myself. But I have seen that it's doing pretty well in the review category. I've seen some numbers. It's usually in like the 9 out of 10 range.
Right.
But I haven't seen it. I haven't watched any reviews,
So like,
to be honest.
I just checked the Metacritic like right before this podcast. But by the way, we're gonna check in with the chat before we really jump into this topic. But I just didn't want to talk a little bit about this before we get into the questions. But we will. I jumped into Metacritic just to see the score. It was 86, which it's really good for Metacritic. Okay, like I think that's a really good score. That's better than Death Stranding, for the record. Which is an 84 last I checked, which is not bad.
Right.
We could get into the controversy behind Death Stranding, or not. But this is a Nintendo channel, so it's not necessary.
Right.
My point is, if I had not checked Metacritic, I would have assumed that the overall reviews were worse, because that's the impression I had from reviews I had seen. I didn't see too many reviews though, to be fair. I just saw the Game Explained review. That's it, actually. But I had seen like articles come up about Famitsu, about Edge. Edge gave Luigi's Mansion 3 a 7. So like I had seen scores come up from other articles. Yeah. So if you just paid attention to like the headlines, you would think Luigi's. My point is, is this: if you just pay attention to the headlines, you would think Luigi's Mansion 3 is not doing that well in terms of reviews. But if you go and check the Metacritic, most people actually really like it. 86 is a very, very strong score. Keep in mind, Metacritic combines like a lot of accredited sites that review the game. So the fact that it has an 86 says a lot, because you're going to have some people who are going to give it a really bad score, which will drag down the score, right? A lot. Like it skews it. Like if someone decides to give the game a 3, it's going down, right? Like if you have someone who gives a game a 10 and you have someone who gives a game a 1, the person who scored the game a 1 has a lot more power in the situation, because you kind of need a game to be an 8. You understand what I'm saying? Like the disparity between 8 and 1 versus 8 and 10. So that's my point, is that an 86 means that a lot of people are like giving it basically close to 9. That's really, really good. So
yeah.
And at the same time, to your point, Brandon, about reviews, like they don't matter that much, right? But the game looks fun, and I'm excited about it, and I haven't gotten it, but you have it. I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions about it.
I have.
But before I want to do that, but I don't want to ignore people in the chat, right? So I'm gonna get to them in a moment. But just quick, like, couple sentences. How do you feel about the game right now?
I think it's really, really good. It's probably the best the series has ever been. The creativity and the level design and the amount of variance there is absolutely incredible, and the exploration is super fun.
Sounds good. I like exploration. I saw your tweets about the grass, and the
Best grass in gaming, for real.
Better than Breath of the Wild
Finally,
grass.
grass that beats Breath of the Wild somehow.
You sure?
It has.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure about that? There's a lot of grass in Breath of the Wild.
There is.
And there's like bugs that fly out of it, and lizards that crawl through it and stuff too. Like
that's not
and
part
then
of the grass.
It catches fire, and
it does.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay.
It's better. The grass itself looks better, and it has more interactivity. But you can do more stuff with the grass in Breath of the Wild. But the grass itself looks better in Luigi's Mansion. It's a smaller scale.
All right. That's fair. But let's check in with the chat before we move forward. So let's see here. Brian, have you noticed that like my camera is like has like I got a low frame rate or something?
Yeah, sometimes Discord does that for me too. The camera just like suddenly drops down to like.
It's annoying me. You know what else is annoying me? This light that's too bright. I didn't want to like get up awkwardly and change it, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm sorry. I can't. It was really bothering me. All right, is that better? Am I still?
That's definitely better.
Looks like I'm still standing next to the sun. No. No.
You're good.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so let's check in with the chat. Let's see what's going on here. Alrighty. Oh, where are we at? Ray J, I wish Smash Run comes back. Oh, I'd be excited for that.
For real. Online Smash Run? Well, with the way Smash's online is, anything online's kind of like, I don't know. But still, online Smash Run.
Yeah.
Great.
Almighty Savage Animator. So Terry is coming at 5 a.m.? No. So November 6th, which would be this Wednesday, the presentation will be at 5 a.m. Pacific time. 7 a.m. for you, Central Time, 8 a.m. for me, Eastern Time. But that's just the presentation, right? The character will come out.
All the other characters have come out, as far as I know, around 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, so 9 Eastern, or what would that be, 6 Pacific? That's usually when the characters come out, right around then.
Yeah, the next update is coming out that day, but later into the day. So it's not going to be, it's probably not going to be ready for the morning.
No.
So
it'll likely be at the same time as usual.
Right. Yeah, that's probably how it's gonna go. So don't wake up Wednesday morning thinking that Terry's already in your game. You're gonna have to wake up Thursday morning for that to happen, or just stay up Wednesday until it happens.
Yeah.
Exactly. Terry Siverton, I think we could get a tease or reveal of Challenger Pack 5 and maybe more info on the additional DLC fighters. I think you might be onto something because that's 45 minutes is just a lot. It really is.
Yeah.
I still think Smash is gonna have a big focus at the Game Awards, but we'll see. Little Squirt, I'm gonna get a Switch by next month. I hope you do. This Pokemon is coming, and it's gonna be big, it'll be huge. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna love it.
Yeah.
It's gonna feel great to say that and not have people say, "No, you're a liar," because the controversy. Like, I know people are still upset about it, but there's a lot of good things coming out about these games. I'm happy it's actually gonna be good. Is my point. Like, people were worried that it was gonna be bad. Some people still doubt it, but I'm just happy that we're getting a lot of good news about the game. Like, I want them to be good, and it's looking like it will be. So yeah. Cakeman said, no Pokemon spoilers. I'm trying to dodge everything. Guys, do not worry. I will not spoil anything about the games except that they're gonna be good. That's all I'm saying. That's literally all I'm saying. They're gonna be good. No Pokemon spoilers here. Do not worry. No concerns. And yeah, don't put that in the chat. That could be, you could get timed out.
Yeah, please no spoilers in the chat.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. Billbeard, without spoilers to seeing the leaks, which version will you choose? I'll say this.
I'm getting Sword.
I
haven't even seen the leaks, but I'm getting Sword.
The leaks don't matter. I'm getting Shield. Yep, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting Shield, and
then we can trade.
We can make trades, exactly. So, but it's cool, dude. Low Squirt saying, nice room. Thank you. It's coming together, man.
Yeah.
We got my Xenoblade, but it's behind the chair, but it's there. I haven't put together everything yet. I gotta put some more soundproofing and stuff, but it's coming together. I'm pretty content with it. I got a lot more space too,
it's
so
looking good.
Thank you. Brandon Stallion and Cake Man. Okay, you guys talking to each other. I'll let you guys continue to talk to each other. Cake Man, it's all a conspiracy, Brand. Yes, everything is a conspiracy. Booper, hello, howdy to yourself. Matt the Gangman, have you seen that Mii Costume leak? Yes, I have, and we will be discussing it. It is one of the topics for today. Yeah, we did mention it briefly. We'll talk a little bit more about it, but it's probably fake, just for the record. Like, more information has come out where supposed creators said it's fake, so, you know, just keep that in mind. Grief and Golem, apparently Smash just became the best selling fighting game ever. Yeah, I saw that. Pretty cool stuff, man. Smash is best. I just wanted to have more modes.
Smash is like the only fighting game I care about, so I'm like, yeah.
It's not a fighting game, though. It's a party game.
Right. That's what everybody says.
I think it's... I just don't... I feel like you can't...
It is a fighting game, but it is very different from most fighting games.
It's very different from other fighting games, but the best way to describe Smash Brothers is by calling it a Nintendo fighting game.
Right. Nintendo games are just inherently different than everything else. You can just say that.
Are you going to say Splatoon is not a shooting game because you shoot ink? No, it's a shooter. It's a shooter. You just shoot ink. You don't shoot bullets. It's different, but it's still a shooter, right? So in Smash Brothers, you fight each other on a stage. You fight. Is it more party-ish and festive? Yeah, it has those elements in there, but
if you want them.
If you want them, it's very customizable. That is true. Let me see here. Where are we at in the chat? A few different things being said. It's kind of hard to keep up. Computer Robots, he added the boast of us. When are you going to stream Mario and Sonic at the Olympics game? Are we going to stream Mario and Sonic at the Olympics? If I get the game, which at this point I would say is unlikely, mostly due to money and time. So probably not, because I just don't stream that much games, period. I want to get to a point where maybe I can stream like once a week, but time is... We'll see. I can't. I'm not making any promises.
Same, especially since I'm planning on getting a job and taking college courses. I don't know what I'll have time for come springtime. So
if
maybe before then,
if YouTube became a full-time job, then I'll stream more because I have more time. But that's probably years away. So we'll see. I'm still gonna try and stream sometimes, is my point, but I just can't. I can't promise like a specific time or a specific game. That's really it. Matt, the game man, the final fighter pass character is either Lloyd Irving or Doomslayer. Either one of those characters would be great to see.
Yeah,
Doomslayer. Doomslayer, indeed. Actually, the Mii Costume kind of got me hyped for it, but it's probably fake.
Honestly, I'm glad it's fake because that means maybe character.
What?
Instead of Mii Costume. You know?
Well, did you see the Mii Costume video? It's not Doomslayer or Geno. It's Mallow and an enemy from Doom as Mii Costumes.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I thought it was. Okay,
No.
Yeah. See, by the time I got to the leak, it was already confirmed fake, so I was like, Didn't actually watch it.
We'll talk about it in a bit. It's not a big deal because it's fake. Brandon Stallion. Adam, here's why I feel like Geno will still be Fighter 5 despite the Mii Costume leak being fake. Because Nintendo copyrighted 2 Mario RPG songs a while back, which is something they did, right before revealing Banjo and Banjo songs, as well as Megalovania before the Sans Mii Costume was revealed. So I think Geno is coming, it's just a matter of when he'll be revealed. I agree that Geno probably is coming, I just don't know if he's going to be Fighter 5. There's more DLC coming beyond. Matt, the Gaming Man, the fact that Terry's presentation is 45 minutes or a reveal for Challenger Pack 5 is likely. Vooper, I'm out here doing internet parkour to avoid Pokemon spoilers. Yeah, I bet it's really hard. Because I do YouTube and I can't help myself. I was like, oh, leaks? Sure. Oh, damn it, I saw everything.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I really wish the leaks didn't happen because, again, I'm not going to say specifics at all. Trust me, I won't. But there are some good things from what we've seen, and Game Freak tried really hard to hide all the information, right? And how cool would it have been to have opened up the game November 15th just to see all this stuff that was not revealed, because previous Pokemon games revealed pretty much everything by the time you actually play the game. Not for Sword and Shield. They haven't done that. So, What I've seen is cool. I'm still gonna love the game, but it would have been even cooler if I had just opened up the game and just been like, oh my god, who would have saw this coming? But so for those who haven't been spoiled, don't see anything. Just don't look.
I haven't been spoiled. I've seen a couple like very minor things, like Pokemon counts and things that I don't really care about, don't influence me too much. So I've been good.
Yeah, I think, if you're trying to avoid it, and like as long as you don't like decide to completely delve into it, like even if you see a couple little things, there's so much out there that if you're not trying to actually go and read it all, you're gonna miss most of it, and you're still gonna have a lot of surprises when you actually play the game. So even if you see a couple little things, there's so much that's out there that unless you try, you won't see everything, and you're still gonna have a lot of surprises when you play the game. Van Stolen, yeah, it takes about 8 hours before the character release. Van Stolen, hope, nope, confirmed that 5 isn't being revealed. Did they confirm that? I mean, that's what I would have agreed with that. I just didn't know if I didn't see confirmation of it.
Let me see if the tweet itself has confirmation.
Right, so this says, join Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Director Masahiro Sakurai on November 6th at 5...
There is. The third reply to it says, during the live stream, there are no announcements regarding any unrevealed fighters.
Lies! I'll put it up here on the stream just so you guys can see it briefly. Hey, I told you to get on here. What are you thinking? Come on. So, let me make sure this is visible for you guys.
It's scared of the truth.
Indeed.
It wanted to reveal.
So, yeah. Alright, so the second post says a new version 6.0. Laura, soon the update will include fire adjustments, meaning replay data from previous versions, blah, 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 convert your replays. During this live stream, there are no announcements regarding any unrevealed fighters. There we go. That's it. No unrevealed fighters will be announced during this presentation.
Okay. That makes the mystery even more mysterious as to what they're going to show for 45 minutes.
Just Terry.
Just Terry.
Perhaps. Terry added me, I consider Smash Ultimate as a fighting party game. So it has fighting in it.
Still fighting game.
Yeah, it has party elements for sure. Billy Hatcher 5, Doom Guy is the next DLC. It may very well be.
I'd hope.
I kind of want it to happen. Booper, that's what I plan on my experience being, unless Jeff spoils something in the car. Yeah, that would be kind of funny if that happens. I think you're gonna be good, unless like Jeff is just literally screaming every single little thing he sees on the way with your road trip. That would be lame. Matt the Gaming Man. Hashtag Sam and Max freelance police for Smash. You got it. That's what's happening. Super Chris, I don't think Doom Guy's coming to Smash anytime soon. Super Chris, neither are Sam and Max. Well, there can only be one character for Fighter Pass number 5. Or yeah, for the 5th character for the Fighter's Pass. There can only be one of him. So whoever it is, that's who it is. And then more DLC will come later on. Brendan Stryker, sounds like a snooze fest. Which one?
I think he means the presentation.
Oh. It's 45 minutes, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Not sure. But let's let me ask you some questions about Luigi's Mansion. So,
right.
You liked the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all you need to know.
There you go.
Next topic.
And next topic, yeah. Let's go. All right. Moving on.
No, seriously though, like, so how do you feel about the combat? Because that's something that I've heard kind of complained about. Like, it's too simplistic. What do you think?
If you enjoyed the combat from the other games, it's basically the same but evolved. So there's more moves and you have more abilities, but it's basically the same moveset from before. So if you liked it before, you're gonna like it now. It's nothing like crazy different from the other games, which I think it works really well. I mean, the main point of Luigi's Mansion is more the exploring, I think, than the actual combat itself. But the combat is entertaining enough to where you're not like, oh, another fight. You're entertained during battles, and especially because the fighting mechanics itself may be simple, but the enemies change up a lot, especially in boss fights. So you're always using your powers in different ways to take down enemies, which is great.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Like, one thing, though, because people said you have the slamming mechanic, right? They said it's so...
that's super fun.
But it's so overpowered that that's all you need to do. And it kind of takes away from, like, the tug-of-war between ghosts.
Not necessarily. It does for the basic ghosts, because if you just catch them and you can just slam them to death. But any ghosts that have over the basic ghost health, you still need to balance the tug-of-war beforehand. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to one-cycle them. So if you want to take them out efficiently, this just slamming them immediately is ineffective. And inefficient. So you still need to do the tug-of-war. But it is a lot less than it was in the other games. But the fighting's also a lot quicker, so you're not taking like 10 years to defeat the enemies. And there's usually a lot more enemies.
So would you say it's more exploration focused than before then? Since there's less time devoted to combat?
Probably. There's still a lot of combat. It's just that each individual enemy is usually quicker. But there's usually a lot of enemies. But it's not as... Because before there usually wasn't as many enemies, and it was more about like finding the enemies, getting them to come out, and then shining with your flashlight. This time enemies are a little more aggressive. They usually attack you first.
Okay. So how do you feel about the atmosphere? Because that's another concern people have had about the atmosphere. Like, is it too bright and colorful? Is it dark and gloomy? Like, does it really feel like a Halloween-y game? Or does it feel kind of more like Luigi's Mansion, I don't know, merry-go-round, bright, pretty colors, and cotton candy world?
It's definitely not as dark as the original, but I think it's dark enough to where it still feels good. But it's... I don't know, I think it's something that they had to do just for the variety of... for the sake of variety in the levels and things like that. But no, it's not as nearly as dark as the original, but it's not like super colorful either. I don't know, I think it's a good balance, honestly.
Okay.
The level's a lot more interesting than the original games.
Yeah, from what I've seen, there's a lot of variety, and that's pretty exciting. And from what I've seen in the worlds, like, or the levels, right, the rooms, it just seems far more interactive than any previous game.
Yeah.
Right? So that's really cool to me. So, I mean, I guess it kind of depends what you're going in for. Like, if you're going in for, like, this weird, scary experience for Luigi, that's not what you're going to get.
You're not going to get scared. The original game, you might actually get scared. When I was a kid, I was scared of the original.
And not going to get no jump scares? Not any?
There are jump scares, but you're probably not actually going to get scared. You might... There was occasions where I was like, oh, but I was not, like, scared, I guess.
I got you. Okay.
I also think the game's atmosphere feels a lot more epic at times. Especially compared to the original. There's a lot of like really epic scenes, to be honest.
Interesting. Some of those being boss fights.
Yeah. The bosses are actually, a lot of them are really, really cool.
Okay.
Some of them give you almost like a Jurassic Park feel of epicness.
Oh. Yeah. Alright, so we got a lot of really good boss fights. There's a lot of variety with the world. The combat is quick, but not like to the point where there's no fights to actually be had. How do you feel about the puzzles? Because I feel like that's kind of basically the focus of Luigi's Mansion.
Right. The puzzles are definitely where the game is the best. If you're just going through the normal puzzles, I guess it takes the approach of what modern Nintendo games have. If you just play through the normal story and you just want to get by, just get through the game, it's not that hard. It's engaging, but it's not ridiculously complex. Like, anybody can do it. It's not really hard. But it's where the secrets are, where you're going to be banging your head against the wall, like, where is this? Because there's gems in each, there's 6 gems in each floor. They're specific to their floor, they have their own specific design, they're all hidden throughout the floors. There are very few that I've gotten all of the gems, and never have I gotten all the gems on my first run. I always had to go back and look for them. They're ridiculously well hidden, and finding them is super, super fun.
Okay, so in other words, like, if you want to 100% the game, that offers a whole different level of challenge.
Oh yeah, it's definitely tough to find out where everything is.
So, okay, so I guess I want to ask the question of difficulty then. In terms of difficulty, 'cause I've heard the combat is fairly easy, right? At least with the normal enemies. How does it compare with the boss fights? Are the boss fights challenging?
I have died a couple times to certain bosses, but it's not ridiculously hard.
What about just puzzles? Like, do you feel like there is... Like, is it balanced? Like, do you feel like, okay, I can't quite figure it out, but you figure it out after some experimentation? Or is it like, oh, this is all easy? Or is it some points where you feel like it's a little frustrating?
Most of the puzzles I think are a very good balance of you have to think about it, but you're not like sitting there for 20 minutes wondering what you're supposed to be doing. But there are a few puzzles where I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
That sounds great.
There was even a couple of bosses where I was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and has that led to death?
Yes, I died because I didn't know what to do, and I was just like, okay, I'm dead now.
All right, cool. So we need to move on because this podcast is gonna have to be a little bit shorter because life. So. Because
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Oh, stop it, pop filter thing. Cool. So just last, like, final thoughts. Like, what do you want to just say about Luigi's Mansion 3? Like,
yeah.
Overall.
I think it's an absolutely amazing game if you love exploration, and if you like really creative level design. I think the music also is amazing. By the way, the music is fantastic, and I think there was very few times where I ever wasn't like super into each level. There was one level, the basement 2, that I was kind of like annoyed at because it was frustrating. The mechanics in it were kind of hard to control, but that was the only time, and you only have to go through that one time. So once I was past that section, it was over and I didn't have to do it again. But most of the time I had a really, really good time, and I was always looking forward to what they were gonna do next and what kind of different mechanics. And the game's always changing up how you play, even how you move around and get around. Sometimes it's changed up, and they're always adding new variety to what you're supposed to be doing. So it's very engaging.
Okay, that sounds awesome. I want the game. I haven't gotten it yet.
It's absolutely fantastic. I haven't beaten it yet, by the way. I'm close. I'm closing in. Probably 5 hours probably before I beat the story. Maybe another 5 hours to get 100%.
Okay.
It's probably a 20-hour game if you want 100% it. 20 to 25 hours.
Okay. That sounds like a decent amount. Have you played it with anyone? Have you done any co-op?
I've not done any of the multiplayer yet.
All right. I've heard that the co-op's pretty good, so I'll have to see about that. But let's check with the chat and let's jump into the next topic. So, Matt the Gaming Man is saying Smashdown and Squad Strike need to be online. Oh, I would love it if we got those and they were like if we got them online. That would be awesome.
They'd be great.
And that would be a simple. I mean, maybe not simple, but it's not like they need to add a whole new mode to do that.
Right.
They just have to make them online. Terry Severson added me. There's no way that showing Terry and Mii costumes will take 45 minutes. One would think.
Yeah, one would think.
Matt the Gaming Man, I was hoping that Terry will come tomorrow because I don't have school tomorrow due to voting. Well, at least Terry will likely release at around 7 p.m. Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, around then, yeah.
Yeah. Matt the Gaming Man, plot twist, Luigi's Mansion 3 is actually Hotel Mario 2. Egad! Get it? Okay, whatever. I'll stop. Hello there, Real Beer. So, we're gonna talk about Smash now. Like, we're actually gonna that's where I know a lot of people are here for, so we're actually gonna talk about it. So first, let's talk about the Smash Melee. Like, basically, there is this gameplay footage on the hero stage with Ken and 2 Mii costumes. The Gunner, which had like this head of an enemy from Doom, and it had the mask of Mallow or Brawler, I think, if I remember correctly. Basically, 2 Mii costume characters. One had a Doom costume, one had a Mallow costume. Mallow from Super Mario RPG, the Doom enemy being from Doom. So, like,
right.
I think the obvious implication, right, is that if you have these 2 Mii costumes, it would imply that, okay, if there's a Mallow Mii costume and a Doom Mii costume, that could potentially suggest Geno as a playable character and Doomguy as a playable character. Not necessarily, right? It's possible that there's also more Mii costumes for Doom, including the Doom Slayer and other Geno Mii costumes. That is possible, right? For the record, this is pretty much been confirmed fake. I'll just say for like the 5th time. But, you know, I think if that was actually the case, it would have been kind of mean-spirited to intentionally show the Mallow Mii costume and the Doom Enemy Mii costume, as opposed to the Doom Slayer Mii costume and the Geno Mii costume. Like, that is, it will be, because that's obviously intentional. Like, you don't pick those two as opposed to the other two, the two more important ones, right? You don't just ignore those.
Yeah.
So it would be intentionally to troll people, or either A, to troll, right? Or B, because they're Geno and Doomslayer are happening. One or the other, right? Assuming it was a real thing. But it probably isn't. In fact, a couple things. One, it has Ken in it. Like, it's obviously a nod to the original, like, gameplay leak for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, right? That image that had the Ken thing in it with that was real. Like, we didn't think Ken was actually going to be leaked like that, but it was. So, you know, it was kind of basically like paying homage to that, right? I don't think the actual Smash team or Sakurai would do that. It almost seems more like an inside, like a joke by someone who modded the game, which people can do. People can mod Mii costumes. We saw it on Twitter today, people modding them. Now, this is a really good mod, right? Like, to be able to mod the Mii costumes to such detail with the masks, very, very great job, but it is doable, right? We've seen really impressive leaks in the past, right? The Rayman thing. The Grinch thing was weird because there was, like, this entire paper trail of, like, a bank and factories and a whole bunch of weird stuff. Like, point is, there has been effort done with other leaks in the past. It seemed really believable. So the premise of a mod being done, which has already been done in Smash Brothers, to make it look like these characters could be coming, not really that crazy. And apparently, the creator has come out and said that this is fake. I'm only saying apparently because I haven't seen the proof myself, right? But also consider timing. Like, I think timing is also weird too, because that video implies Geno and Doom, but that's two different characters, and then we're still haven't come out with Terry yet. So is it possible that, let's say, come December, they reveal the final character for the Fighters Pass, and then the next DLC coming after? Yeah, I guess, but that's just kind of like a lot to show off so early on. Not to mention,
that was
it's
definitely
just
weird
really convenient.
Yeah, I was very like, why both Doom Slayer and Geno?
Yeah,
we don't even have Terry yet. That seems a little bit weird that they would already.
Right. Well, I guess if you want to argue that it's in development, you know, they do develop multiple characters at once, right? Like, for example, Hero and Banjo were being developed around the same time. They got revealed on the same day, and so, you know, it's not that far-fetched, but we're talking about 2 more characters, right? Before the reveal for Terry, and these are Mii costumes. It's just the timing seems weird. The whole Ken thing, it's very convenient. Yeah, it's fakeable.
They've been really tight-lipped on these leaks, or for Smash too. Like, usually when we see a leak, it's like the day before the announcement. Right,
and exactly. That is another great point.
A while before these characters would get announced.
Like, we never got gameplay footage. We saw a photo, a single photo, right, of Ken. We never saw, like, actual gameplay footage leak. And with DLC, I imagine it's actually a lot harder. There's a much smaller team.
For Terry, all we got was that he was coming, right? We didn't get any kind of images or.
Well, there was for Terry. No. I'm sorry. I was thinking Terry versus Ken. Yeah, no, Terry. We just got, like, the leak like a day before he came out.
I don't think we've gotten any footage leaks for any of the DLC characters.
I just want to say that.
Or costumes.
I feel like if you were leaking something a day before, like, I guess it's kind of neat, but it's just kind of like one of those things where
it's like, thanks for ruining it for me.
It's a day. It's just one day. Like, it's almost like, I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like those leaks. It's just you just ruined the announcement. All you did was ruin the announcement for me. That was literally all you did.
Yeah. I mean, it does maybe give you time to prepare, right? So
I don't want to repair. I want to get surprised.
yeah. So I think this leak is probably fake, and probably, even though I think both Geno and Doomslayer, however, are really likely. Like really likely. Like I have my top 15 most likely DLC characters for Smash Brothers. We're talking about number 2 and 3 here for me. So, you know, I think they have both a really good chance. I just
as a curiosity,
don't
what did you put as number 1?
What do you think?
Rex and Pyra?
You got it.
Okay.
Because the reason being is just because I feel like Sakurai basically said, yeah, they would have come if there was enough time. So what happens when you give him time?
They come?
Yes, exactly. So I just feel like that's like, if you watch the Smash Direct, he said it didn't happen because of timing, not because he didn't think they weren't deserving of it. He brought it up because he thought they were deserving of it. It just didn't have the right timing. So you get, I think it's happening. So we'll see. All right, where are we here? I'm gonna check in the chat. Do you have any other thoughts on this Mii Costume stuff, Brandon?
Not really, other than I want Doom Guy. So
yeah, I mean, we did have that one thing that came out a while ago where we heard that Bethesda and Nintendo were in talks about Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Something Doom related could happen. Doom Guy for Smash confirmed. Almost, Casimir. Not really almost.
not really at all.
Yeah. Terry Severson added me. I believe that if Challenger Pack 5 isn't revealed during the presentation, then it'll be revealed in this month's Direct, as well as more info on the additional DLC fighters.
I don't really think there will be a Direct this month, honestly.
He's also saying and Geno is revealed as the first additional DLC fighter. I could see Geno being the next addition, like DLC after the Fighters Pass. Like, I feel like that's, I don't want to say it's like a really good bet, but I think that it makes sense.
Right, there's a good chance.
But Brandon, I agree with you. I don't think there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct in November. I really don't.
Yeah, I really don't see the need for it.
Because this week's gonna be Smash, right? And then next week is Pokemon. And then after that, there's no reason to have a Nintendo Direct. There's no games coming for this year.
Yeah, I don't see another Direct till January.
That's the problem. Like, if you pay attention to all the Nintendo Directs that have been happening for the last few years, whenever they happen, they're about games that are coming out. Once Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out next week, there are no published Nintendo games slated for the rest of the year, last I checked. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's like nothing. So, right. Not like, there is nothing. So, there's no reason to have a Nintendo Direct to talk about games that are coming out, because there are no games coming out until next year.
In early December, we have the Game Awards, so we'll get more announcements there.
Right,
so.
We know we're going to get more announcements there. And I think it's been pretty big. If you saw my video on it, guys, a spoiler, I predicted Breath of the Wild 2 and a Smash character. I think that will be at the Game Awards. There might even be another announcement. 2 or 3 announcements is pretty big. And I made a mistake in that video, actually. I pinned a comment someone pointed out to me. I said that there was only one thing announced at last year's Direct by Nintendo. Technically, there was another published Nintendo game announced, and that was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So even last year, where I thought it was a little slow, you got Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 and the Joker for Smash Brothers. The year before that, Bayonetta 1 and 2 and 3 and the Champions Battle DLC. So we're going to get a few announcements at the Game Awards. Because there's no games coming out at this time of year, I don't expect any Nintendo Directs, any general Nintendo Directs. Maybe a Nintendo Direct about Pokemon, maybe, but probably not. There've already been 2. It looks like they're just ready to maybe upload another trailer or 2 and then drop the games on November 15th.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah. So, Grief and Golem, Nintendo Versus on Twitter just said that no new fighters for the DLC will be revealed tomorrow for Terry's video. Yeah, there's no we got confirmation. If you look at the tweet, the official tweet, it says there won't be any characters revealed. Robeer 2, the rest of the year is only 1.5. Yeah, not much. Yeah. Robeer's asking, maybe it's time to start talking about Metroid Prime 4, isn't it?
No.
I mean, I'll talk about it. I thought, man, I put up a video like a couple weeks ago about it. There'll be more videos about it. Yeah. Grief and Golem. I don't know if you're referring to. Like I already talked about how it's already been confirmed that there won't be a character tomorrow, because we saw the tweet.
Yeah, we had it up on screen.
Yeah, I'll show it again. Here it is. There it is right there. Nintendo Versus, during this live stream, there are no announcements regarding any unrevealed fighters. So, unless they're lying, which they almost certainly are not,
Right.
there aren't going to be any revealed fighters tomorrow. Could there be Mii costumes? I could see that, right? And this is a perfect transitional point
100%.
to the topic, because we're already talking about it. Like, what's going to happen tomorrow, right? If it's confirmed that there are no characters, what will there be? What do you think, Brandon?
Honestly, with the knowledge that there's pretty much no new modes, I think maybe we'll get one more mode, but I don't think that's what I'm counting on. I think they might buff some of the other modes that we already have. So, like, other people were wanting certain modes to be online, they might do that. They might add something to the Spirits mode. They might add something to Classic mode, like more variances to the stages or something like that. I think that might be what they do, since he said there'd be no new modes, or pretty much no more new modes. He didn't say that they couldn't add new content to existing modes. So I think that might be what they go for there.
That's an interesting idea, honestly. Like, for example, like who was it talked about in the chat? Adding online to some of the modes. That would be really nice to see. That's definitely an option. I mean, that's one way to update. That's like a pretty obvious way to update the modes right there, right?
Yeah.
It would be interesting if, like, I would love it if they somehow could throw in break the targets. Like, even if it's not like its own separate mode. Like, what if it's like a variant of like race to the finish or home run contests or something, you know, like something tacked on to it where break the targets is like an element. Or the platforms would be easier to do, probably.
Maybe they'll add a break the targets variant to Classic mode.
That'd be awesome.
Instead of the race to the finish collectathon, whatever it is.
It's like not good.
No,
it's not. It's pretty bare bones. I wish there was more than that. Like, I wish that would have been cool if every character had kind of had like a unique race to the finish or challenge. Yeah. You know, like, what if for some it's board platforms, for others it's break the targets, for others it's race to the finish, but
or even
variety.
If not for every single character, at least do, like, 5 to 10 different variants. Like, that wouldn't have been that hard.
It would also be nice to see boss rush mode. Like, that's...
Yeah.
You already have the bosses in the game. You just need a mode to organize them all into one space to fight them in a row. So that's like half a mode, I would say, because the content's already there. You just have to put it together. So those are some possibilities for maybe some modes. And maybe there is legitimately just one new mode, right? Maybe. And what could that be?
I don't know.
A better story mode?
I
doubt it.
I very highly doubt that.
Yeah. I kind of am inclined to agree.
Seems like a lot of work.
What if there's with the next DLC Beyond the Fighters Pass, there's like it does have there's DLC for new modes, but it comes like in a pack. Right? Like, what if it's almost like an expansion pass kind of, like, so for example, look at Splatoon 2, right? Like, that comes with extra content, like a single player campaign, or like Torna DLC, something like that, where if you want to pay, you can pay like $30, but you get like an actual like other mode that's like a single player experience, but it also comes with new characters and more stages, right? And maybe if they want, they could still sell those characters and stages separately.
Oh yeah, I think they would have to sell their characters and stages separately if they did that, honestly.
But like, that way it wouldn't necessarily break the rule, because there would be, it wouldn't be like a free DLC update. It would be you'd actually be paying for a new mode. Maybe that could happen sometime next year, right? It could be like one of the major things by Nintendo next year.
I would love it if they had a story mode for Smash, even if it was like $30, because I think Smash has such a good potential for like a really cool story, because there's just so many characters.
Yeah, I want something more like Subspace Emissary.
Yeah, Subspace Emissary was really cool with all the cool cutscenes. Now the way they had it you know, the actual gameplay wasn't
Right,
super
I understood
great
the
way it was.
concept with the spirits and World of Light, but it just didn't. It wasn't enough to captivate me all the way through.
No, yeah.
You know, maybe they could find a way to really remix that, because they kind of still reward you with spirits, but it just seems like it doesn't feel worth it to me. At first, I thought it was such a great idea to create like this currency or reward system so you can feel more validation by doing different things in the game. But the spirits, like, yeah, you can get spirits, but they don't do much for you. Like, it would be cooler if like one thing that I think they should add is like an encyclopedia for for the spirits, like they've had in previous games with trophies. Like, actually offer a description and some detail about these spirits. They don't do that, and that just requires.
Especially because there's so many that I'm sure, like, there's some that even I don't even know who these people are, and I'm sure that, like, a lot of Nintendo fans, there's just some spirits you're just like, I don't know who this is, like, I have no idea. And Smash is such a good way of introducing you to new Nintendo franchises and, you know, other third parties as well with some of the spirits, where you can learn these kind of things. Smash has been kind of a big. It's done that for a lot of different franchises. So why the spirits can't do that is kind of weird. And it's not like I can like look it up because I don't know what these. I don't know.
There isn't like a place where you can just go and look at all of your spirits organized together with descriptions and things like that. Yeah, I agree. You know, but I wish they could do something like that. And that's not a gameplay mode necessarily, unless you count navigating modes and reading stuff gameplay, which I guess technically is, but you know what I mean when I say gameplay, right? So you know, that's something I would like to see, if that's like the free mode they do offer an encyclopedia, right? That would be cool. And then just maybe in the future we could have paid DLC for more content. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on here in the chat. Jugs with Gee. Hello, everyone. Hello there, sir. Mastermind Anatomy. I'm telling you, my guy, we're going to see the last fighter plus Mii costumes, and the first bonus will be the video game awards. I know it could happen.
You can't see the last fighter. It's already confirmed.
It's just, yeah, just to be clear, it's already been confirmed that the last fighter will not be revealed tomorrow. Unless they are lying.
Which is
not likely.
So doubtful.
Very doubtful. Do not expect a new fighter tomorrow, guys. It has already been announced that it will not happen. Computer robots, and he added the both of us. You know what we need? Boss battles. Yep, we need boss battles. I want more I want a boss battle mode, and it'd be great.
They could have more bosses.
They haven't done that, and I want to see that.
Right? Yeah.
Where is my Minecraft content? Maybe that's what we're getting tomorrow. Minecraft Steve and Ender Dragon.
Oh god. As bosses, I'd be
yeah. Minecraft Steve, Mii Costume, Minecraft Stage, Ender Dragon.
I think that could actually be cool.
For a second,
honestly.
You were staring at the camera, and I was like, you're staring into my soul, and you're just imagining me dying in 1,000 ways. It's like, how dare you suggest such a travesty upon Smash?
No, honestly, like, I'd be fine with a Mii costume, a boss, and even a stage, like, because I think they could do something cool with a Minecraft stage.
Yeah, it'd be fun, man. Grief and Golem, how about a Squad Strike Online? Yeah, a couple people have been talking about that. We agree. Yeah, Squad Strike Online would be epic. Cake Man, Subspace was a garbled mess of a story, but I loved having all the characters interact with each other. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
It was the interactions itself that was cool, but
yeah. The CGI is really expensive though, which is why if they did that, maybe they could do it like with a paid DLC pack for it, right? Like we're paying to watch a movie, maybe, you know.
Just make a Smash Brothers movie. I'll be fine.
Terry Severson. Also, we still don't have any release date for well, you had two things here. You added me. There could be some games that we don't know about that could be coming after the Pokemon games. There could be, but it's just so late in the year to announce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would. I don't see why they wouldn't have already announced them. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be.
We're in we're already in November. We're already in November. I don't
think there'll be anything that warrants.
Hey, if there's a Nintendo Direct, if it happens, I'll be happy. I'm just telling you,
right.
I don't expect it because there are no games left for the year. There's nothing else to talk about. Could they announce something? Yes, but usually they don't announce something that, like, with it would have to, like, come out somewhat soon, and it would just be one Nintendo game, right? There's no Nintendo games. Like, how many Nintendo games would warrant a Nintendo Direct that have not been announced yet at this time of year? It just doesn't seem really likely to me.
Yeah.
I would love to be wrong. It's just...
And December is kind of the worst time to suddenly drop something, because a lot of people have already bought a lot of, like, gifts and things. So
yeah,
it's kind of it'd be a really weird time.
I mean,
to just
maybe
drop something.
I guess I could see a situation where it's like maybe like a Nintendo Direct Mini, right? Maybe it talks about a couple smaller titles that come out, maybe a couple indie games, something like that, right? But also drops a couple more a little bit more information about some third-party games as well that are coming out around that time.
They could just drop trailers though.
Which is probably why there won't. Yeah, I agree. I'm just thinking about possibilities. I don't see it happening. I mean, if we take a look at the history, right? Like, have there really been November Nintendo Directs the last few years?
None, unless it was game specific.
Yeah, we're not talking about game specific directs. We're talking about a general Nintendo Direct. Like, usually the last one is a September Nintendo Direct. The September Nintendo Direct is the last one of the year. We can take a quick look at the Nintendo Direct website. I'll show you guys right now. Nintendo Direct archive, I think. Okay, I put archives, but that's fine. Archives, liar! See? There's no proof. All right, so I'm pretty sure it should be visible on the stream. Right, it is very visible. I can see that. You look here, right? So we got the September Nintendo Direct, then the E3 Nintendo Direct. There's a Pokemon Direct, but this is game specific. There's another game specific Direct, Pokemon Direct. So we had 3 major Nintendo Directs this year. One in the beginning, one in the middle, one somewhat towards the end. Right? Well, now we're going to last year. The last Nintendo Direct last year was the November Nintendo Direct for Smash. It was a Smash Nintendo Direct. It was a game-specific Direct. It was at the 1st of November, where we are already in November 4th, right? The Direct before that was in September. And then there's just a couple more game-specific Directs, then the E3 Direct, then an earlier Nintendo Direct, right? And then there was a Nintendo Direct Mini in January. So, there's only one general Direct after E3 the last 2 years, it seems. If we can go into 2017. So 2017, there was a Xenoblade Direct. That was game specific. Then Animal Crossing, game specific for Animal Crossing Mobile. Then a September Nintendo Direct. That was it. That was the last general Nintendo Direct for 2017. So we can go to 2016. It's probably the same thing. Actually, 2016, it was the Dark Ages, so they didn't even have reason to. But even then, Animal Crossing Direct, November 2016, game-specific Direct, right? It was not a general Direct. The last general Direct was in September. You see the trend here? The last general Direct has been September, the last 4 years. We can go to 2015. Oh, look, wait, there's the exception. We go back to 2015. There was a Nintendo Direct in November. This is 2015, though. I don't think it's likely. And again, there's just no games coming out at this time of year. So my bet is there won't be one. But I do think there's going to be some cool announcements at the Game Awards at the beginning of December, which is kind of like a Nintendo Direct. And then either January or February, there will be a big major Nintendo Direct to blow out early games of the year and announce some cooler stuff that are coming out.
There's a lot of Animal Crossing stuff they gotta talk about. In fact, I'm pretty sure Animal Crossing will get its own Direct.
Yeah,
they
I agree.
Almost always do.
I agree, 100%.
Every big Animal Crossing thing's got its own Direct for the last couple of years. So
yeah, I agree. So just kind of checking here. Terry said also we still don't have any release date for Shantae and the 7 Sirens for the consoles and PC. But yeah, Shantae 5 is coming, right? That's interesting. So that you get some information at some point. But Peter Robots, I had this discussion with a Twitch streamer, and he did bring up a good point that today everything can be looked up on the internet to find a description on a certain character.
Yeah, but quick description is not hard to put in.
Right. Well, if you can Google search it, then take that Google search information and to copy and paste it onto Smash. I get it. Like, you know, if you go back previous generations, it was not as common to do that. But part of it is just kind of like seeing the information there next to the character so you learn something about them rather than leaving the game experience. You know, it's not the same. And sometimes the Smash team can offer unique information, right, that has not been revealed before, or like a different take on it, you know? Something that's not available to the public. So that's something that we kind of lose.
I shouldn't have to dig through the internet to find information. And a lot of times the writing for them is done by like the Treehouse and stuff, and they're pretty good. The Treehouse is.
They're
really
too
good
busy
writing,
playing Smash to write descriptions. Grief and Golem saying a leak just got found now. What do you mean? What news is this? Brandon Stallion, I think that since there's no fighter being announced tomorrow, I think that the reason it's so long is because there will be more modes like targets, events, online squad strike, and yeah, I mean, like, we're hoping for it. I hope that there's some modes. I think there's definitely gonna be Mii costumes. Maybe, you know, oh man,
100% there's gonna be
oh
Mii
man,
costumes.
okay, all right. This is not my idea, but it now makes more sense. So what if, because you know how BSNK fighting games, they had like a tag team mechanic. What if they finally introduce that tag team mechanic with Terry Bogard, right? Like, what if they do that and they showcase the new mode? It's a tag team mode and brothers.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like Smashdown, right? And there's also Squad Strike. Like, what if, like, they already have Squad Strike, so I guess you don't. It's not exactly the same because you can't switch out your characters, right? You can't do like a tag team. So either they update Squad Strike so you can do that. They update it to have a tag team mechanic, or they have a separate mode maybe.
I think they could just add like a tag team toggle.
Yeah, maybe they could do that. You know, I think that's possible. So, especially because like there's only 3 taunts, right? Like, you could change it so one, because the sideways taunt, you don't need both. One could be how you do the tag, or like you don't need 4 different shoulder buttons to do the same exact thing. You could change one of that. Like, you can make it work. Maybe.
There's plenty of extra buttons.
Right, or you could click on the sticks. They don't do any stick clicking, right, in Ultimate. Not that I can't stick clicking. So there's definitely buttons that they could pull that off if they really wanted to. I mean, you can customize controls like crazy in Smash Ultimate, so maybe that something like that could maybe happen. Or maybe Terry Bogard is more than one character. He's like a 3-way character or something. Like, that's possible. Maybe not likely, but it's possible. You know, kind of like Pokemon Trainer.
Right.
Yeah. Moving on, though. Eric Lines, the Nintendo Direct starts 5 a.m. Pacific Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Central Time. I don't know any other time zones on Wednesday.
6 a.m. Mountain Time for somebody who lives there.
Right.
I've never met anybody who lives in Mountain Time.
Right. So get up early Wednesday if you want to see the Nintendo Direct. It's not Nintendo Direct, the Smash presentation. Forgive me my lack of political correctness.
If somebody lives in Mountain Time, please let me know. I'd like to finally meet somebody who lives there.
Mastermind added me. You gonna stream on Wednesday? It is theoretically possible for me to get up an hour or 2 earlier and stream the Smash presentation. I'm gonna try, but I like to sleep. So we'll see.
I will not be streaming it. I might watch it live, but I won't be streaming it.
We'll see. It's not gonna be easy for me to do it because I also want to make a video to come out, have a video come out Wednesday as well, and I have to work every day, so we'll see. Mastermind, she added me again. I don't know if you or Brandon noticed in the picture of the announcement has a fight stick close to Sakurai. Made me wonder if Terry is gonna be more of a fledged fighter than Ryu and Ken.
I think he has a fire stick because It's from Neo Geo, and it's a Neo Geo fight stick. So honestly, I think that's all there is to it.
I didn't even think about that.
Maybe it works with Smash somehow. That'd be kind of cool if they got.
Oh yeah, what if they announced the peripheral where you could use a fight stick? That would be really neat. Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'm glad you brought that up, Mastermind. I had not even noticed that this was in the image, by the way. That would be cool to see, honestly. Like, yeah. So if you peripherals, like a fight stick pad for Smash Ultimate would be awesome. Mii costumes, right? Maybe some mode updates, and really fully featuring Terry. And if Terry is more than one playable character, like if he's like a Pokemon trainer sort of thing to sort of showcase the tag team mechanics that Fatal Fury has had, right? Then that could take up 45 minutes, right? Yeah. Oh, one thing they could technically do, actually, is that they could announce a new Fighters Pass, a new DLC, but not actually reveal any characters for it. Like, they could tell us the specifics of the character of the pass, like maybe like paid or when it'll start, things like that. Maybe they could do something like that, but they just can't reveal any characters, because if they reveal any characters, then they would be lying from what they said today. Mm-hmm. So maybe
they could reveal it as, whatever, if it's gonna be a Fighters Pass or if it's, what form of DLC it's gonna be. Yeah, we don't know if it's gonna be a Fighters Pass. Could be something completely different.
Right. I'm just on the frame of mind that the next character reveal is gonna be at the Game Awards. Like that's just what's happening, and I don't see the point of announcing the second character or the second DLC pack, right? If the second pass, I should say, if they haven't even finished the first one yet. Like, maybe you announce it once you finish it, like, the same day. Like, maybe at the Game Awards, they could reveal Doom guy as the final character for the Fighters Pass, but then, like, a minute later, like, oh, wait, but we have more. Gino is the first character for the second Fighters Pass. Buy now, $3.
They did announce that there would be more DLC way earlier than they needed to. Honestly, it probably would have made more sense to do it now than it
I think they just want to hype people up.
Came out. Yeah, it's just weird that they did it then. Because there was already.
I'm glad they did.
It was right after Nintendo Direct.
I am not complaining. You sound like you're complaining, Brandon.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying,
I'm messing with you.
Why do it that early and then not talk about it again now, when they could have just talked about it again, or they could have just announced it now?
I don't know. Maybe
but Nintendo does weird things like that all the time. So
it's true. They'll talk about something, then we expect the next thing, and they don't talk about it. So hard to say for sure. Yeah, so, any final thoughts on, and we'll still answer some things in the chat about Smash, but I think we're pretty much ready to move on to the next topic, because I don't really know what the hell they're going to talk about for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about Terry, they're going to talk about Mii costumes, and I guess they'll bring up a joypad thing, peripheral, possibly, and they might confirm that the final character will be revealed at the Game Awards, and they might have a teaser for it, like something that hints at it without telling us it, right? Like,
I highly doubt that. I don't.
But they could do that, and that wouldn't be a lie.
Right, but have they ever announced that they were gonna announce something at the Game Awards? I don't think they ever have.
No, I think they usually prefer for it to be a surprise entirely, right?
One idea I don't know if this makes any sense, but maybe they'll announce some game related to Terry? Is there any Fatal Fury games that aren't on the Switch? Because I know there's a couple of Neo Geo ones that are on it, right? So maybe
it's a Smash presentation. They don't.
Right, I know, but they could do it anyway.
They could break rules. There's no hard rules.
I feel like they've announced games in presentations like this before, but I can't think of the specific.
Well, a lot of these presentations have been next Nintendo Directs, and like, oh yeah, by the way, this game also came out. Like in the Hero presentation, they reference, hey, Dragon Quest XI-S is coming to Switch, but it's because it came out right after, like shortly, not too long after the Nintendo Direct that talked about Dragon Quest already, right? It wasn't a new announcement. It wasn't any new information. It was known information. It was just a reminder. And the same thing with Banjo. It was like, hey, actually there wasn't even a game to announce. It was just like, hey, if you want Banjo,
just play it on Xbox.
Just play it on Xbox, exactly.
Yeah.
For now.
So yeah, maybe they'll do that. I don't know. It's just another possibility, I think. Seems less likely than the other ones, though, but it could happen.
All right, let me see. Because there was another leak. Grief and Golem sent it to me in the leak chat for the Discord, so I just... Is it a joke? Oh, okay. When did this come out? This is a Smash leak, potentially. Terry is releasing November 6th. Comes with a Geese, Hiachi, Lloyd Irving, and Hollow Knight Mii Fighter outfit. Stage is called King of Fighters Stadium. Online mode, Slipspace, comes with version 6.0 update. Online mode, Slipspace, interesting. Doomslayer.
Oh, I have seen this one.
Doomslayer is Fighter 5, although I'm not sure that he will release with in terms of stage music and outfits as of yet. I can only confirm 2 of the extra DLC fighters that were released after the Fires Pass, which are Geno and Frogger. However, like with Doomslayer, I'm not sure what they will release with. Screen cap this if you'd like. Yeah, I bet this is fake.
Frogger?
Yeah. Frogger.
Okay.
I mean, it could. I don't believe it.
But no, I don't.
I mean, that would be really neat, actually. You know?
Frogger would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool, but no, it's not happening.
I like Frogger.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Okay? It's possible.
They didn't get the November 6th thing right, but
that's
I feel like
not
Geese
hard.
really, they're just out here referencing Untitled Goose Game now. So
Guys, there's a pattern. Every presentation happens on a Wednesday. Like, so if you just predict a Wednesday November, because we already know it's happening November anyway, right? And if you, there's only it's like multiple choice.
Hollow Knight Mii Fighter costume would be cool though.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
The goose one just kind of like,
That'd be hilarious.
Sure. It would be hilarious. I'd love it, but I feel like that's not gonna happen.
Yo, the podcast dojo. He's saying, well, King of Fighters 15 is coming next year. Maybe it'll be announced for Switch.
Oh, well, there you go. Maybe
possible.
My theory is correct.
Maybe your theory is correct, Brandon. Terry Siverson added me. Way Forward said Shantae and the Seven Sirens would be released this year, but only half of it came out on Apple Arcade. And last time asked, they said still coming. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe it could happen. Mastermind, I think, brings up a great point. He says, I don't know, Sakurai is unpredictable sometimes. LOL. Absolutely. It is unpredictable.
Oh, Cake Man is telling me that Geese is actually a fighter in Fatal Fury, not a reference to Entitled Goose Game. Okay.
Yeah, I totally assumed that Geese is...
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're idiots. He's the guy who fell off the building and it's a real trailer. Okay. Thank you, Cake Man. Okay.
That's valuable.
That makes more sense. Yeah. So, I think we need to move on with the topics because I want to try to end this by 11 because I now have to get up early in the morning every day now. So, timing. Although, well, right now I'm doing training. So, my schedule's not going to necessarily be the same moving forward. So, I'm trying to set it up so I will be able to be up later on Monday nights, but we'll see. Alright, so, Toby Fox, the creator for Undertale and Deltarune, who also worked on music for Little Town Hero, and also played Smash Brothers with Sakurai and is friends with him now, and was involved with getting his character Sans and Megalovania, his song, into Smash Brothers, is also working with Game Freak on another project. Game Freak did develop Little Town Hero. They worked on a song in Pokémon Sword and Shield. I'm not gonna play in this here, but if you search up Toby Fox, Pokemon Sword and Shield, you'll probably find it. I think it sounds freaking amazing, right? And I will definitely use that song once the game comes out. I just don't want to, because I don't know if that song was supposed to have come out yet, right? All we know is that Toby Fox confirmed that he has been working on it. But it sounds awesome. And what's interesting to me is that, one, Toby Fox, right, when he made Undertale, supposedly it was like originally it was just like starting off as like a mod of Earthbound, and then it eventually became an indie game, Undertale, right? I'm just, I'm probably getting some details somewhat wrong here, but basically that's what happened. And then Undertale became a big deal, and then, Deltarune, and he became very well known, and now he's working with Nintendo. He worked on Smash Brothers a little. Well, he got his character, the Mii Costume in Smash Brothers. He worked on Little Town Hero with Game Freak, and now with Pokemon Sword and Shield, right? And I want to make a video because I've heard some things about how Earthbound and Pokemon are linked. So, it's just really interesting how this all is kind of coming together. And some people have been speculating, and I've thought the same thing, right? What if Toby Fox is being groomed to be someone involved for another Earthbound series by Nintendo? Like, he has what it takes, right? Because he's made Undertale and Deltarune. He's worked with Game Freak, right? Who their Pokemon games are pretty much the closest thing we have to Earthbound in the modern era, and he makes incredible music. And he has a great relationship with Sakurai, and he has a great relationship with Nintendo, apparently. Yeah. And there is a demand for Earthbound games. So, pure speculation at this point, but I think it's maybe possible. Maybe.
I would absolutely love that. I love Undertale and Deltarune, and I think, and I love Earthbound as well. So a new Earthbound made
and you're gonna love Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yeah, probably. So a new Earthbound game made by Toby Fox would be really, really awesome. So obviously the Nintendo's not doing anything with Earthbound now, so let Toby Fox take. I'm sure Toby Fox that'd be like his dream come true, because he loves Earthbound. That was a big inspiration, as you were mentioning, for his own games. So I think he would do a really good job on that. I don't know if that would actually happen. I don't know. Kind of seems far-fetched a little bit. I'd like to believe that, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to believe that they would just do something with Earthbound now of all times, when we don't even have Mother 3. But, it could happen. You never know.
You never actually know. You're right. So, well, I don't know, man. I just think it's epic. I just think it's so cool. The song, have you heard the song?
Yeah. I have heard it. It's really good.
It's really freaking good. It is so good. And I mean, I've heard some songs of Pokemon Sword and Shield, and they sound pretty good. Like, this game is promising, man. I don't think I was wrong for having Sword and Shield be my most anticipated games of the year. Like, I'm at that point, like, where I think these games are gonna be really, really good. Am I saying this will be game of the year? That's not what I'm saying. Because that would be unprecedented. Because it would be great for a Pokemon game to even get nominated, for something, right? Like
literally anything, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I could get a nomination, right? Like maybe it could get nominated for like RPG, not necessarily win, but get a nomination. Right. We'll see. It's just Pokemon's never been like that kind of game that does well in terms of game awards.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Sword and Shield is gonna be the first mainline console Pokemon game, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't know. I feel like the Game Awards shies away from things that are viewed more for kids, I guess. They're like really much more into like darker, grittier, story-driven.
In general, yes.
Yeah.
There are exceptions, but in general, yes. So let's see what's going on here in the chat. Mother 3 and Pokemon Black and White theory. The podcast does doubt it, man. Unless Itoi is willing to do it, he is the backbone of Earthbound. Cake Man saying Toby Fox will meet with Shigesato Itoi. I don't want to hear the song early, but will I know it when I hear it?
If you're used to Toby Fox, it sounds very Toby Fox.
It does sound very Toby Fox. Yeah.
So you'll probably know when you hear it.
Yeah. We'll see for sure. We'll see eventually someday. Soon, because Pokemon's coming out really soon. It's going out November 15th.
Yeah.
But where are we at in here? Yeah, I mean, I think it sounds awesome, man. I really want to see Toby Fox to continue to work with Nintendo. It obviously doesn't have to be another Earthbound game, right? But maybe it could be something similar to Earthbound, or maybe it just could be, Toby Fox occasionally working with Nintendo, and that alone is really cool. Having him occasionally put awesome songs in Nintendo games, that's already a great relationship, and that I hope that continues to happen. So,
for sure.
I want to talk about one more thing before this is the final topic of the night. We have this situation where, I'll just read this headline right here. Nintendo president says they will make more 3DS franchises available on Switch. So what would that entail? A couple games that come to mind. I'm just kind of like skimming this article right here. Brain Training, for example. Kid Icarus, for example. Those are some possibilities. So I'll read this tweet from Takashi Mochizuki. A surprise, analysts say, is a regional breakdown of Lite sales is similar to consoles selling 800,000 US versus 390,000 in Japan. Usually Japan leads handheld at launch, with US catching up at the end of life cycle. Analysts say Lite might have found a new market in the US. The result is encouraging for Pokemon games coming next month. Nintendo chief Furukawa said company would make more 3DS franchises available on Switch to convey appeal of Lite. So, that's why we're talking about this, because Takashi Mochizuki's, obviously that's kind of like a not perfect English there, right? Because I'm pretty sure he's from Japan, right? Am I wrong? I could be mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but anyway, he's talking about how Furukawa, that's the president of Nintendo, is saying that they want to continue to push the Switch Lite, which is doing well. They want other handheld franchises to be pushed on the Switch, right? I mean, if you look at this year, Luigi's Mansion 3, that the Next Level Games has been making handheld games. They just made a Switch game, right? Fire Emblem has been mostly on handhelds on Switch now, with Fire Emblem Three Houses, and of course Pokemon, right? Those are 3 big games that came out this year that are from developers that have been mostly making handheld stuff for a really long time. So it's already happening. And I mean, no one's really saying the Fire Emblem Three Houses or Luigi's Mansion 3 feel like a handheld game either, right? Like they're big jumps for each series. So, and these are the first entries in a long time for these 2 games on a home console. So I can imagine the next time they have a game on their home console, it'll be even better in terms of at least getting a better understanding of hardware and being more adapted to that level of power, right? Because it is a jump for development for them. But even then, Luigi's Mansion 3 looks amazing, for example, right?
Oh yeah, it's honestly, right up there with games like Mario Odyssey, in my opinion, in terms of graphical fidelity. Looks really good.
So what's even more interesting, though, is that a former senior editor at Game Informer said they canceled Fire Emblem Remake and others could eventually come to Switch. So I think it was a GameCube Fire Emblem Remake that was planned for 3DS initially. Yeah, so here's a quote from Imran Khan. Like, I know there was another Fire Emblem remake in the works for 3DS, and that was one of the things that they, shuttered. So maybe that's one of the things they'll bring toward in the future. There's other stuff that hasn't come over, like Style Savvy, or for example. Interesting. So, maybe, that's not crazy at all, because they're already making Fire Emblem games on the Switch, so if they have a Fire Emblem remake planned, they could bring it over to the Switch. Makes perfect sense, right? Could we get maybe a Kid Icarus remake or HD port of Uprising on the Switch? That's possible. There's a lot of potential here, and it really just comes down to the simple fact that now all of Nintendo's console and home console developers are focused on one platform, the Nintendo Switch. So we're just going to be seeing a lot more Nintendo games come to the Switch. I feel like we've already been seeing the effects of that. Like, this last second half has been stacked with games. Like, maybe it's not the year where we get like the Zelda or the Mario or the Metroid, right? But it's a year where there's a lot of really good games. So it's just great. And if we get a Kid Icarus game on Nintendo Switch, I will run many laps of joy.
I think Bravely Default is one that I think will come over, because they've
that's not even a Nintendo series published. Right. It's third party, but still, like, there are third party developers on 3DS. Exactly. That makes perfect sense.
They talked about wanting to make a Bravely Third, and it would make sense to port 1 and 2 over as well, so that people can experience that on the Switch. And then when Bravely Third comes out, if it eventually does, because the developers said that they want to make it, so I assume it will happen eventually, then we can have those other games be able to experience those on the Switch for those who haven't played it.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, can you name one handheld series you want to see like above all others? Keep knocking down this pop filter.
I can't name a series, but a one-off game that's like one of my favorite 3DS games is Fantasy Life. I'd love to see a Fantasy Life 2 or Fantasy Life remake on the Switch. That game is amazing. It's one of my favorite 3D. It's one of my favorite handheld games of all time, honestly. It's amazing.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. I have a couple in mind as well. Actually, Golden Sun. Right, we've never seen. I don't think we've ever seen a home console Golden Sun game. So that would be epic. The last time we got a Golden Sun game, I think it was for a DS, not 3DS. It didn't do that well. Let me double check when it came out. Golden Sun. The DS, yeah, I think it was DS, not 3DS. It came out 2010. Yeah, that's definitely Nintendo DS. So, you know, that was last time there was a Golden Sun game, and it didn't do that well. It was still a good game, but not like a great game. I'd like to see another Golden Sun game come out. They did like file a trademark for it last year, so they still have rights to the name, right? They haven't given up on the property entirely, so it could happen. That's one handheld franchise I'd like to see on Switch. Another one is Monster Hunter, which we have seen on Nintendo home consoles before, and obviously there's Home Monster Hunter World. And we know they're working on another Monster Hunter game for Switch. It's just a question of when will it come out, right? There are already Monster Hunter games coming to Switch, but they've all been 3DS ports, right? I want to see something that is not a 3DS port with just HD textures. I want to see a ground up Switch Home Monster Hunter. I think that's going to happen sooner or later. Maybe we'll finally see it revealed next year. Yeah, that'll be awesome. That's like one of my favorite third-party franchises. Like, I'm obviously a hardcore Nintendo fanboy, but one of the third-party games that I'm always like have my eyes on is Monster Hunter. So, fingers crossed we finally get to see it next year. We could play Monster Hunter together.
Ooh.
We could go on teams hunting.
Monster Hunter is a game I like the idea of it, but I feel like the 3DS hardware
because you're trash.
It too much in scope.
I'm just kidding.
For me to be.
I mean, I'm not kidding.
Monster Hunter World is something I really wanted to get.
I am kidding.
I've never gotten into it. I never bought it though.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Maybe they switch.
Like, I mean, because basically everything is like every level is a giant boss fight. Like you go into an environment and you have to find where the animal is. You can kind of watch it from afar, study its habits, its patterns. You can set traps and things like that. And you really just want to kind of watch how it reacts to things, and then you can try and trap it or kill it, right? And it takes a lot. It doesn't just die like in moments. It takes a lot.
Oh yeah.
Like
I played the demos.
Yeah, they're tough.
The 3DS ones, it's ridiculous.
And the controls are intentionally awkward. Like you can learn them and they work, but it's not like the game does not play like any other traditional game. It's
the
very
3DS one. My hands cramp so bad trying to play.
Right, that's what I think. It would benefit by having a more traditional controller, for sure. I agree, but we'll see. You know, maybe we'll get Kid Icarus and Monster Hunter and Golden Sun and what was the game you were talking about? Fantasy
Life.
Fantasy Life.
Yes.
That's another one, so I could play it and remember the name. Lots of stuff, lots of possibilities here, but you know, I think we're pretty much near the end of the discussion. You know, guys, if you have any questions, put it right now. This is your last chance. Terry Silverstone added me. I think we could see remakes for Fire Emblem games. Yeah, I agree. I think that's going to happen. Mastermind says, I'm hopeful for Bravely Default and Second to come to the Switch uncensored. Oh, that would be nice. Or Bravely Third, as Cakeman brought up. Cakeman saying, my friends keep trying to get me into Monster Hunter, but it never seems to keep my attention. Like I said, the controls aren't easy, but it's about hunting giant monsters and fighting them and killing them. Yeah. Every level's a giant boss fight. That's what it is.
You know a game we should play together? Dauntless, which is like on it's like free to play Monster Hunter. It's out on PC. We should try that.
Sounds good. We should if it's free to play, let's do it.
Yeah.
If it's $1,000, give me a little bit. Yeah. All right, Brandy, is there anything you want to push?
Not really, honestly. Just eventually I'll.
What about
I'll
that
be
movie
back.
you're working on?
Yes, the What About Nintendo, the game, the movie.
Yeah.
It shall release next week.
Next
Tickets
week
now.
at
Tickets available
theaters
now.
near you.
Yes.
Yeah. As for me, schedule's tough right now, but you know, I'm gonna try and have a video come out Wednesday. I'm for sure something's happening Wednesday. It may be either A, I stream the presentation and then I don't do the video. Maybe I'll find a way to pull off both. We'll see. But definitely something's coming Wednesday. That's the plan. Let me see. Brandon Stein added me. I'm really confident that Break the Target will be revealed on Wednesday. It's just too highly requested to not be coming. Plus, it's 45 minutes long, which further supports this. I hope you're right, but
I would love that.
But Sakurai did say that they're pretty much done with modes, so I'm not expecting too many things on modes. If Break the Targets is the final mode they add, awesome. If it isn't, well, you know, I'm keeping my expectations in check. I'm not expecting that many new modes because he said we're pretty much done. And pretty much done means pretty much done. Almost done. So something will happen, but I don't know what it'll be. Lucas G, hello there. I assume you all heard no new characters being shown on Wednesday. Yes.
Yes.
We have heard that. We've talked about it like 4 times. Because everyone wants their character to be revealed on Wednesday. I want a character to be revealed on Wednesday. I am expecting something besides Terry will be discussed, but it's really hard to say what that will be, especially if no characters will be revealed, especially because it's 45 minutes long. Definitely Mii Costumes.
I just really
something
hope
else.
It's not just 45 minutes of just Terry and Mii Costumes, because I don't want to sit through that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was fine when I got 20, you know, around 20 minutes of Banjo. That was fun in the Mii Costumes, but I don't need 45 minutes of it. I want to, you know, just let me play the character.
Absolutely. So, Kegman had a neat idea. He said for me, my strategy on Wednesday, you record your reactions to Terry while recording your script for the video. It'll be great. There you go. That's it. That's my plan. I'll be like, welcome guys, today we're going to be discussing Pokemon Earthbound, and Terry, he's bulging muscles, that's Ash, grown up, there we go, end of the video, end of the reaction, it's going to be great. So, that's it. Alright guys, but that is it for tonight. Stay tuned, check out Brandon's channel, What About Nintendo, leave a like on the video, thank you so much, we'll see you soon, have a good one.
Bye guys.
You're all doomed. I'm just kidding. We're good. Everyone's gonna live very great lives. Take care. Bye.